In the nearly 3 weeks since deadly quakes hit southern Turkey and northern Syria, the focus has shifted from rescue to rehabilitation. The task ahead is not only to reconstruct homes, but also to rebuild lives, especially for the youngest victims. Special correspondent Jane Ferguson reports.
In the tent city of Gaziantep, life after the earthquakes is all but an endless struggle. Hatice Demir is battling cancer and now homelessness, learning to live with the bare minimum.
I used to wake up in a warm room, but now I'm chasing gas stations, running around looking for a sink to wash up. Our opportunities are gone. Our self-confidence is gone.
Like her, 1 million Turks are now without a home. Hundreds here stood in line in the cold for a shower. The public swimming pool has been turned into a sanitation center. Efforts to find the living under the rubble have ended. Now, a focus on the next stage, rebuilding. Yasir Behrakci is picking up the pieces of his life.
We cannot bring back the dead, but because we survived, we are trying to get out whatever is left. We have to live. We have no other choice.
Luckily, that mind shift and work is getting started. We're in Adıyaman, which, as you know, is 60–70% destroyed. They are already clearing large plots of land to put containers on.
Tom Smith is an American Air Force veteran volunteering in Turkey with Washington, D.C. based charity Project Hope.
The challenge is there. You know, when you talk about just rebuilding, it's not just, hey, here's the house that we're going to rebuild. It is going to be what's that intermediate step, which is basic housing units.
Smith and his team have been assessing the needs of those displaced by the earthquake.
The need for sanitation. You know, everyone loves that hot shower, the ability to wash their hands, go to a safe latrine and safe drinking water. It is still cold here. It's 20 degrees at night, 40 degrees during the day, and people are living in tents.
And yet, attempts to move on have been disrupted again by the heaving earth. On Monday, another large quake in Antakya terrified already traumatized, displaced families.
This is what we call complex trauma because, okay, the incident happened at the first time, but now it's recurring. We are currently experiencing aftershocks, and the people are continuously going through the trauma again and again.
Rawan Hamadeh is also with Project Hope and provides psychological support to earthquake victims and rescue staff. She says the last few weeks have been especially tough on the youngest here.
We hear stories about children going mute after the earthquake and not being able to talk or to express themselves in any way. We're seeing like bedwetting issues, of course, disturbances in sleep and eating patterns. We are seeing children who are extremely attached to their mother. They wouldn't leave their side, or extreme isolation from others.
Volunteers are trying to bring joy back to their lives, an effort to let children be children. Infants across the border in northwest Syria are also in desperate need. This clinic in quake-hit Gendires is overrun with patients, but running out of medicines. A UN delegation finally arrived here, over 2 weeks since the earthquakes.
I'm shocked by the scale of disaster. I've never seen anything like it. People need food, they need shelter, they need fresh water, they need sanitation, so the needs are huge.
A day after the first wave of quakes, this family survived against all odds. Mustafa El Sayed, his wife and 3 children were some of the few to make it out alive from Harem City, where 800 people died. At that time, the moment of his little daughter Elaf's rescue was a rare glimmer of hope in a battered Syria. The NewsHour caught up with them 2 weeks later.
I'm 5 right now, right? 5 rebels fell on top of us. We were calling out, civil defense, please help us, we're gonna die. There was a man who heard us. They said they're going to rescue us in the morning. I was like, whoa. I was sleeping, and then I knew they were coming to take us out.
We were sleeping, and there was a small earthquake, and then there was another one, and the rocks fell on top of us. There was dirt in my ear. And then the civil defense came, and they rescued us. and they took us to the hospital. And then they took us to Grandpa's house.
Elif and thousands of Syrian and Turkish kids like her have escaped with their lives. The quality of those lives now depends on an unprecedented, massive operation to repair and rebuild. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Jane Ferguson.